Hi, it's Wasambi. Welcome back to the channel. This video is on the new marathon tank. The marathon is starting tomorrow on the 21st of May at 11 AM on the Asia server. Now, it's a German Tier 8 premium medium tank. You can see from the cross design, it's a tank that came out after the Second World War, so a West German tank. This was basically a prototype of a medium tank that they were cooperating with the Americans, but didn't go into production. What can we tell you about the tank? First of all, the gun is probably the best part of the tank. 90mm gun. You've got standard ammunition of armor piercing with average damage of 200 hit points at short range, which obviously drops off over long range, and average penetration of 205. Oh, sorry, the damage doesn't drop off, but the penetration drops off over distance. The heat round is 255 penetration, which obviously doesn't drop off over range, but the shell velocity drops to 870. Forgot to mention the standard round is 962, so not great shell velocities there. You'll have to lead targets a bit more than you might expect with the higher velocity rounds that are available on the other tanks around. The other thing you can say is the ammunition capacity is quite high. We've actually got 80 total rounds, and the third round is the HE, and this is actually quite interesting. This has got an average penetration of 90mm, so pretty good for lightly armored tank destroyers, light tanks, artillery, with an average damage that's going up to between 240 and 400, depending on penetrating or not penetrating. So pretty handy piece of ammunition to keep, because you've got 80 rounds. You can really keep up a good stock of ammunition, and you'll need that because the next thing to point out about the gun is the rate of fire. So now this is with crew skills and with a rammer, fence, and food. We're getting a rate of fire of 15.23 or a gun loading time of 3.94 seconds, and that's giving a DPM of over 3000, which is pretty high for this tier. I think the base without all of those add-ons is 2400 still. I think it's just the second highest DPM for tier 8 medium tanks, only exceeded by the Panther 88, certainly for German medium tanks. So 3000 is really high in that song, but the challenge is to basically take advantage of that DPM and use your gun without sacrificing hit points while you're doing that. So we'll show a bit of that in the gameplay as to what sort of tactics you have to employ to basically take advantage of your gun. Other things to point out, it's got an aim time of 1.31, which goes in with the gun loading time, and a gun depression of -9 degrees, which is quite good. It's only not quite the highest, but certainly up there. And dispersion 0.31, not fantastic, but again, if you had too low a dispersion with such a DPM gun, it'd be pretty hard to beat all around, so they're not trying to make it too overpowered here. You've got 1350 hit points, and the big weakness here is the armor. So frontal hull armor of 115 with the slope, and side armor 75 and rear of 25, not really going to stop too many rounds there. And the turret armor also fairly weak, 80 on the front and 60 on the sides and rear, and it's an odd shaped turret too. It's like a pancake, flat design, almost completely circular, probably intended to keep tank rounds bouncing off regardless of which way the tank turret is pointing, but nonetheless it's lightly armored, and that's contributing to the speed of the tank, I guess. So it's always a trade-off with tank design. So let's have a look at that mobility. It's 30.55 tons, so it really is a fairly lightweight tank, certainly much lighter than a lot of mediums, 700 horsepower, which gives quite a reasonable specific power of 22.91, which does give it good acceleration, and you've got a top speed which can get to on flat ground of 65 kilometers per hour, an excellent reverse speed of 25 kilometers an hour as well. And also the traverse speed, 67 or nearly 68 degrees per second, per minute, is quite excellent, and the turret traverse is not too bad as well. Another reasonable feature of the tank is the concealment. So you've got, this is with crew skills with camouflage, but no camouflage on the tank. You've got 28.4 on a stationary vehicle and 21 on a moving. That's really quite good. And view range of 436, and that's with the food and vents and brothers in arms and recon skill. But I think the base view range is still 390, which is quite excellent, even at that tier. So you've got pretty good all-round capabilities of the tank, but all that suggests to me, and should do to you, is that you've basically got to fire at range, keep people at the edge of your view range, keep them spotted and get some spotting assistance, or use someone else to spot and take advantage of that and shoot while staying concealed is going to be the way to preserve your hit points through the game. All right, so that's sort of a really quick rundown of the tank. We'll go into some gameplay after this, but first let's have a look at the actual marathon challenge. I won't go into this in detail, but just give you some highlights. So it's pretty much standard marathon type. You've got 10 stages. Each stage you're going to earn extra 10% on discount on the tank, so up to you where you finish and whether you want to purchase the tank. Would I buy this tank? Possibly, but I'd want to earn a fairly substantial discount on it, I would think. But you'll get all the standard rewards as you go through, and as you can see, there's two types of ways of completing each stage. What they call missions for mastery, which is getting a fairly high level of performance and out of tier 9 and tier 10 vehicles, which you can do in 1 or 2 battles, or you can basically earn it for commitment by just banging away and grinding base experience. So 3,000 base experience for the first stage, and that will keep going up and up per stage as you go on. And we won't go into each stage as they go, but we'll just go to stage 5 for a second, and you can see now to complete stage 5 you're up to 28,000 base experience for that stage, or you can complete 9 missions for mastery, and in this case being top player by damage caused 9 times and cause at least 3,200 hit points of damage in each battle. So again, that's going to be pretty high level of gameplay in tier 9 certainly, and even in tier 10 for a lot of players. So as you go up, again you can see the discounts are getting higher, but your rewards are getting higher as well, so you're earning a fair number of rewards as you go along. And if you do make it to stage 10, that last stage is going to cost you 50,000 base experience to grind, or 30 times being top player in the team by experience earned. You'll set at that stage you'll earn the tank, a special style called rock crystal style, and garage slot, and the crew itself, which is 100% crew and 0 skill crew. So they've already been trained with the first skill at no penalty, and the next skill will cost you the same as what a first skill would. So quite an excellent skill crew. So sorry, brothers in arms is what they get to start with, but that's called the 0 skill. So your first skill you train after that is the same as first skill on any crew, but you've got a free first skill. Alright, so that's chapter 1, is the marathon part, and that's for earning the tank. Chapter 2 is the variation here in this one, which is basically earning, by completing missions, you're earning rewards through completing the missions of things like personal reserves, premium time, crew training books, etc. And as you complete each one, you'll also earn a discount off the special 3D style, which we'll go and have a look at in a second, called Kampfpanzer. And after that, you'll again have earned quite a lot of rewards, but you're either getting a discount off the 3D style, or you're actually at the last day you're earning the if you're completing all the missions by that stage, you're earning the 3D style itself in a bundle. So yeah, quite a lot there to take in, and I'll leave a link to articles that describe that so you can read that at your leisure. And we'll go and have a look at some gameplay in a second. But let's first have a look at the style, the 3D style. Let's go and put that on really quickly. And I've just got this vehicle as a rental, so got this style to show you, and here's the 3D style. We'll go and put it on. So most 3D styles actually look pretty good. This one's not bad as well, and you can see it during the game how it operates as well. Anyway, that is the tank and a bit on the Crystal Challenge, which is the marathon starting on the 21st at 11 AM. Let's go and have a look at some gameplay. Okay, so this battle is on the Live Oaks map, otherwise known as the North America map, and we're on the north side of the map. So we're going to show you the basic way that this tank should be played, which is basically trying to pick targets that are on the edge of your view range so that you don't get spotted when you're fired, or to use bushes, etc. to do that. So just coming to this spotting place here where we can see tanks that get spotted that are coming up through the top part of the map, and there we go, light tank coming through the thing. See the gun performance is not too bad, putting shots into the LT-432, but you can see the shell velocity is not great. We managed to track him, but now he's gone behind some. Here we go, now he's out in the open again, and he gets killed by another tank there. But we've got another tank down there with the BADATTANKING 12T, and you see the shell velocity is not really helping here. We just have to lead a bit more because the shell velocity is relatively slow, but we're managing to put shots into this BADATTANKING 12T. As he's coming around now, as you've seen in the garage, we've got vertical stabilizers, we've got snapshot skills on the crew, and we've got smooth ride from the driver. Not that's helping in this particular case, but yeah, we're not quite getting the gun performance that we would like. But again, you've got plenty of ammo and a very fast firing gun, so you can make the most of it. And we do get spotted there by the BADATTANKING, so we pull back and we bounce a lucky shot from an ISU 152K. Not really sure how we bounced that, but we'll take that any day of the week. But we're not trying to get rid of this BADATTANKING here, so just trying to poke over. There he is again, not quite getting lined up with him. Now we are playing on, actually on the Australian server here, so getting good ping, but just trying to get rid of him. We're trying to get rid of the BADATTANKIng 12T. See, our aim is just a bit wobbly there, but I don't think that's the tank, that's the driver. Anyway, so again, just trying to line up tanks using the minimap circles to try and pick targets on the edge of the view ranges, and that will protect us in terms of avoiding incoming fire. And all the current targets are really out of range there, so we'll have to relocate and try and find a better spot. But we've already got 1500 damage, which is more than our hit points, so we've made a reasonable contribution so far. We've got some characters of the game in this match here. We've got Samic in his SU 130. So a big shout out to Samic there. Long time friend in the game and a great guy as well. And he's in Flex Clan, so if you don't know Flex, Clan Commander is Scrubber, another great person in the game that I've known for quite a while. A really fun guy, so if you're looking for a good clan to have fun in, Flex is one of those clans. Now we take a bit of risk there coming on the 122 TM. We're trying to out DPM him, and one more shot and then we'll get rid of him. Will we get another hit? Yep, we managed to avoid getting shot by him, but he gets taken out by another tank, and there's another 122, and we managed to get a seagull kill on that tank, so it takes us up to 2k damage. And we've got 3 kills, which is nice. It's still early days in the game. We haven't even hit 5 minutes so far. And we're just trying to remind some of the other players that they're playing a tank game with 15 tanks per side. They need to play their part in the team. But here we're just trying to line up the OHO and see if we can get some shots into him. Oh, we've got a nice side shot there, but aim's just letting us down there. Now he's pointing at us and we do get lit, so don't really want to get in the way of his gun. We've already lost some health. So just backing off here and trying to put some hard cover between us and the OHO. Now I'm assuming we got lit by the Barask, but luckily the OHO also has a fairly slow aim time, so it's probably one of the reasons why he didn't shoot. Or if he shot, it went wide. Sorry, pardon my driving there. Some mad skills at driving in this tank. But you can see, mobility of this tank is pretty good. The rotational speed's pretty good. So in the hands of a better driver, you probably get better results as well. So just searching out for this OHO and the Barask, but looks like they've gone behind the hill. Now I do get lit again, so I'm not going to hang around there and be shot at by someone that I can't see, so pulling back behind hard cover. And the team's starting to make inroads into the enemy. Got a decent lead, but not much of a lead in hit points actually, a bit of a deficit in hit points, so still in the balance this game. But here what we're doing is basically again trying to get on the edges of the view range circle from where those tanks are spotted and see if we can get lights to shoot back at them. And the other thing doing here really is just going to the other side of the map to see if we can help the tanks on this side, get rid of the tanks on that flank so that we can go back and mop up on the other side. You can see here the speed going cross country. I've actually hit 65k, so getting full use of the speed. And now we've got some more targets here, which is good. Just trying to find them in the line up there. T30. Oh, it's Como from Fiddy Clan. Shout out to Como, he's a great guy as well. Good fun in Clan Wars battles. Didn't realise he was on the other team. Didn't actually avoid shooting him, that was really just the gun handling there at work. But pushing up here on this OHO, trying to get some hits in and trying to avoid his guns. And there's a Borsig, managed to get one shot into him, try and get another shot before he disappears, but now he's gone over the hill. Now we're just pushing forward here, trying to get a shot at the OHO, which we do, we bounce off, but there's an unseen Striv. So take a big hit there, takes us down basically to one shot, so we're backing off. Luckily the OHO goes down. And Como has been taken out by Samic, so good work Samic. So I know there's a Borsig there. There's the IC-152K which hasn't been spotted, and there's the Striv which we've already been hit by. So we're just trying to get under those guns and come around and try and flank them, hopefully without drowning. So again, getting up to 60 k's across this terrain, it's not a bad effort for this tank, or for any tank really. So again, the mobility here is a bit of an asset, just that the armour is the weak part, so we're just got to be very careful popping out that we're not going straight into someone's gun. And we've got the Striv, bounce off the top there, and we get spotted, so not going to stand in front of his gun. He's just taken down, and we do a snapshot there, but he gets taken out before we manage to connect to him. And now I've got the ISU down there in the ditch, oh, and also the Borsig. So just trying to come around and get them from the side. Just firing on the move here, trying to make use of the vertical stabilizer and the crew skills, not quite connecting. So going into auto aim, actually starting to connect now, and we're just taking a bit of a risk of driving in front of the Borsig, trying to finish off the ISU, but the Borsig takes our remaining hit points away, and we don't get the kill on the ISU, but it's basically the end of the game. Everyone's moved in there, and the Borsig goes down, and that's the end of the battle. So here are the results from that battle. We got a second class mastery badge there, 2600 damage and 3 kills, and a very small amount of assisted damage. Most of that we gave up some spotting there to hit those targets, and again that's part of the playstyle of the tank to some extent, that you want to basically shoot from long range. We did earn a reasonable amount of credits there, and experience, so let's go and have a look at the team score. So we did finish second there in terms of experience. CS52 got the top damage and experience, so good performance there. And out of that we fired 30 shots, as you saw, 21 hit, so quite a few of those were snapshots on the move. 21 hits there, but 15 of those penetrated. So we did fire a range of ammunition to get the result, and you can see a reasonable amount of that damage was done at a distance of more than 300 meters. So yeah, shooting at the edge of the view range circles. So we ended up making 48,000 credits with what we spent on ammunition and repair of the vehicle. So you can see the vehicle repair cost not too bad, 10k. We did get destroyed, so that's the full damage whack there. In any case, yeah, what can we say about this tank? Would I buy it? Certainly probably wouldn't buy it as a full price. If I'd earn some discounts, I'd certainly consider it. And you can see the playstyle there, very similar to a lot of lightly armored tanks, but I treat it more as a sort of a heavyweight light tank than a medium tank. It's definitely not a brawling tank. Anyway, if you do have some questions, please leave the comments below. I'll put a link to the articles on the tank that describe the marathon as well, so you can read the details of what you get and what the conditions are. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll have more tank gameplay for you all this weekend coming up. Thank you.